to say it is a time of introspection, a time of reflection, to retreat, to examine your life and see some changes that must take place in order for God to restore to you your benefits, to restore to you your blessings, the abundance of his blessings, as he did for the people of Israel. But it was not until they take some steps, as we have called some nations and some people, for them to take some steps to redress their ways and turn around and be able to deal with the situations, or are they going to continue to enjoy and live in the same manner and expect a different result? That is a time for the men that claim to be the head, that are supposed to be the head, that has been ordained by God to be the head of their own household, that are considered to be in the leadership of the people. Wherever the people have chosen you and they have entrusted you to be their leader, how are you leading that life? Some are called to be the father in their own household, and some are called to be the father over their own head. Some are called to be a father over the multitude of the people, over the city, over the town, and over the state, and over the nation, over the tribe, over the country. What are you doing with the calling that you have received? You see the way Joshua has shown us an example. In the book of Matthew, you hear the word of the Lord talking about a sword that has suddenly become tasteless. A sword that have lost its saltiness is useless, is a waste. Why then do you still keep people that have lost their saltiness? They have lost their usefulness in your life. They have lost to be that person, to be a father. They have lost to be an elder. They have lost to be a leader. They have lost to be important in your life. They have become a liability to you, but still you keep them all together. And you continue to support and encourage them in their wickedness and in their evil deeds. And then you expect that God is going to agree with you and continue to condone the wicked and evil things they have been doing all their life. It is a time that you stand up for yourself. It is a time that you take an action and make a decision for your future and the future of your children. I'll tell you a personal story. When I was young, there were these men. They were known to be bad men because they make all kinds of juju, and they kill people, and they set traps for people, and they take what belongs unto those that they can overcome, and they can intimidate, and they can bully. They find all means to do all kinds of things. And then one day that it got to the point when the village down in Amish in Anambra State in Nigeria at the time couldn't bear it. And what they did was they summoned the town hall meeting when the sound of the drum and the whatever they call that makes a very big sound, and summoned the entire village together in the market square. And as they gathered and they brought all these accusations and all these investigations that they have done, and they summoned the people to come because they are going to now question them before the people. And the men then came together, and after they questioned the people that were accused of the wrong things they had done with all the evidence brought before them, and they confessed and admitted that the charges were true. Those that said they killed by poison. And those that said they stole their land, or took what belongs to them. And those they dealt with whatever they did at the time they did. And then now that they have confessed to do all those things, now they ask to be forgiven. And then the town people, the village head, and the village head happened to be my father at the time. And as they all gathered together, and the elders, the fathers, mostly the men, and they agreed, and they said that when these things has already happened, but rather than to kill the people, that instead they will be banished for 20 years. So each person was banished according to the crime and the things that they had done, and they were punished, and then things came and turned back better for the people. The reason why in this season we're using this personal experience to show that there are times that people may have to take a drastic action. Just as you can see in the book of Joshua chapter 7, it was necessary, because it was now became a liability for the entire people of Israel. They had a story that preceded them about what God had done for them. In all the nations they have subdued and defeated. But now in this small city, they could not. So something must be wrong. And they began to ask questions. And they began the investigation. And they came to find out the person. And they dealt with the person. And then they were restored back in the good and the image and the likeness of God. And they were able to continue to their promised land. What is your promised land now? Why we are looking at the bigger picture, but in your personal life, what is your dream? What is your vision? What is that promised land that God has promised you that you have not reached? What is that dream and vision God has promised you? What is that obstacle? What is that barrier? What is that challenge in your life? That is important for you to look into that to see how you can make some changes in your life so that the multitude of people will be benefiting. So that things may turn around and change in your life. Or you may continue as your choice may want to you. You may choose to do so to continue to keep it for a further in this season that you need to reflect in your life, to look beyond yourself and look at the people that you are under, that are under you. People that you're supposed to watch and protect and provide, and things that you are supposed to do as a father. Those that make babies and do not care about how they are raised. Those that have denied the children their father. They have no idea who their father is because their men have made the babies and gone about their business. Those that left the single moms to be able to raise the children without their father. Those that have caused great harm unto a multitude of children all over the world and all over America. Those that have made children that has a father to become an orphan. You have to think about the answer and the question you will answer when the Lord Jesus Christ stands in front of you